you know, we've been going back and forth over the last couple of weeks on this contraception issue. President Obama originally wanted to make sure that every woman was covered at no extra cost for contraception, even if they worked at religiously affiliated hospitals, schools, etc. The churches were exempt. Then, of course, he compromised and included religiously affiliated institutions as well. That seemed like a very good compromise because women would not have to pay extra. Religious organizations wouldn't have to do anything that's against their conscience. And insurance companies pay less for contraception than they would if the woman got pregnant. So everybody wins, right? Of course, as always, the Republicans said it was not good enough. And now they had introduced an amendment by Senator Roy Blunt to say, hey, you know what? All employers should be exempt if they have any moral or religious grounds to object to health care coverage. So if they have a religious objection to contraception, but they're not part of any church or organized religion, it doesn't matter. They could still deny women contraception, according to this bill that's being proposed, or part of a bill that's being proposed. And not only that, it could be based on whatever I guess the employer wants to do. Like he wants to say, okay, I don't like contraception, but I also don't like X, Y, or Z, and it's based on moral grounds. So not limited to contraception. Now, this is incredibly broad. And what do we say here on the Young Turks? We said, my God, it's time to stop playing defense. It's time to start playing offense. They have gone way too far. In fact, I said they might have Terry Schiavo'd themselves and not realize it. Remember when they went so far on Schiavo and the country went, whoa, why are you interfering with his husband's right to do what he, and his wife agreed upon, and trying to play doctor with her? It was just way too extreme, and it unsettled people. This is way too extreme. But all throughout the weekend, President Obama's team was playing defense. They were on all the Sunday talk shows, and they were talking about, oh, no, please, I hope it's enough. No, I think we addressed the Catholic concerns. Is everything going to be all right? And I kept saying, no, talk about contraception. Talking about how the Republicans are way out of their league here. They're totally wrong on how Americans perceive contraception and what an employer should be allowed to do to you. And look, there's polling backing me up. On the contraception coverage issue, 65% of voters said the poll in this new poll by New York Times CBS News said they supported Obama administration's requirement that health insurance plans cover the cost of birth control. I'm surprised it's not higher, but that's a giant number, 65%. Well, how about for religiously affiliated institutions? They're like, actually 59% believe they should get no exemption, even though President Obama already compromised to that, okay? So he's got the numbers behind him, but that's never stopped President Obama from running away from an issue. But I think what began to change things was partly Jon Stewart doing his segment. I'm not kidding around here. When he made fun of the Republicans and said, oh, I get it. So the employees and their religious views, their moral views, their needs are totally irrelevant. The only thing you're catering to is employers. So if employers want to do wacky things to you, well, then they're allowed. I'm telling you, this guy is more influential than any other pundit or anchor or host on television. Remember on the 9/11 rescuers bill, it was dead in the water until Jon Stewart rescued it. Funny. Did not intend that. Anyway, on this similar issue, and then all the different progressive groups started to rally, and Cecile Richards, president of Planned Parenthood Federation of America, said, quote, Senator Blunt's proposal would render the notion of health insurance meaningless and give business and corporations effective veto power over their employees' health care decisions. That's 100% right. It's what we've been saying all along, saying, hey, listen, and one of the people actually put it this way, saying that you're letting the employer get between a woman and her doctor. Like, so your boss is going to be like, I don't really like you doing that procedure. No, I'm going to veto that. You're going to have to pay for that out of your pocket. No, I don't want my insurance money going towards that procedure or this procedure. It's madness. And the American people aren't in favor of that. And guess what happened? And this is the shocking part. Democrats noticed. They're like, wait a minute, why are we playing defense? Let's play offense. Harry Reid last week had blocked Roy Blunt's amendment to a bill, the one that I'd been telling you about, and said, oh, we're not going to put it up for a vote. What does that mean? That means they're scared. They don't want the Democrats on the record to be opposed to that amendment. On Tuesday, Harry Reid reversed himself, said, oh, you want to have a vote and get yourself on the record on it? Have at it, Hoss. In fact, here's this quote. From a Senate Democratic aide. Here's the quote explaining why Reid made that decision. This is a terrible vote for them. We are thrilled at the prospect of spending as much time as possible talking about this vote. They are caught between their base and a hard place. Thank you. Hallelujah. You got it. Hey, it turns out if 2/3 of the country is with you, you should attack. Okay. Not only that, the Obama administration gets it. Listen to Jay Carney. Let's be clear about what's at stake. The proposal being considered in the Senate applies to all employers, not just religious employers, and it isn't limited to contraception. Any employer could restrict access to any service they say they object to. That is dangerous and it is wrong. Decisions about medical care should be made by a woman and her doctor, not a woman and her boss. There you go. It's actually Jay Carney talking about the boss getting in the way between a woman and her doctor. Perfect. Are we actually breaking through the Obama administration? Are they actually beginning to listen to sense and go, oh, right, wait. The country's actually progressive. We're in an election year. If we want to win that election, how about we be progressive? Of course, that's what you should have been doing all along. Of course you should be more assertive. Of course you should play offense on issues where you got them on the run. And apparently they have just figured that out. But hey, you know what? That's good news. We'll take it. Fantastic. Let's move forward. Go forward. Attack.